Okay, so let's get right into it. If you've ever felt like running meta ads is kind of like throwing money at a wall and hoping some of it sticks, well, you are not alone. So how do we move from just randomly boosting posts to building a professional, predictable system that actually gets results? Today, we're going to break down a full funnel strategy that does exactly that. Does this feel a little too familiar? You put your money in, you cross your fingers, and the results are all over the place. One day's a win, the next is a total bust. Feeling like you're just gambling with your ad spend is a huge frustration, but really, it's just a sign that you're missing a core piece of the strategy puzzle. And this is the solution. Instead of just hammering cold audiences with sales campaigns, we're going to use a marketing funnel. Just think of it like a journey you're guiding your customers on. It's a way more structured approach that builds a really valuable audience over time, which, you guessed it, makes your advertising cheaper and a whole lot more effective in the long run. So, how do we actually build this thing? What does this ad funnel look like? Well, it's a three-stage strategy, and we're about to break down every single part. Okay, so the funnel is split into three main parts. First up, we have TOFU, that's top of funnel, where it's all about building awareness. Then you've got MOFU, the middle of funnel, and that's focused on consideration. And finally, BOFU, the bottom of funnel, which is where we go for the conversion. Each of these stages has a completely different job to do. Now this is where it gets really practical. How should you split up your budget? A fantastic starting point is to put about 40% of your money into the top of the funnel, 30% into the middle, and that last 30% at the bottom. This makes sure you're always feeding new people into your system. All right, let's dive into stage one, building awareness. This is our TOFU, the top of the funnel, where our one and only goal is to get in front of as many new eyeballs as we possibly can. And this is so important to understand. At the awareness stage, you are not trying to sell a single thing. You're not even really trying to get clicks. Your only job is to get your brand name and your message out in front of a massive audience. Seriously, think of it like a giant digital billboard. So when you're an ads manager, you're going to choose the awareness objective. For your performance goal, you want to optimize for reach. That tells Meta to show your ad to the maximum number of unique people. And your audience? Go broad, super broad. Don't layer on a bunch of interests or try to narrow it down. This is the perfect time to test a whole bunch of different images and videos to see what grabs people's attention. Okay, so we've introduced ourselves to a whole lot of people. Now we move on to stage two, driving consideration. This is the middle of the funnel, and the goal here shifts from just being seen to actually getting people to engage with us and want to learn more. Now listen up, because this is a super important technical tip. When you're setting up a traffic campaign, you'll see two options: optimize for link clicks or for landing page views. You should always choose landing page views. You see, a link click could be an accident or someone who bails before the page loads, but a landing page view, that confirms the person actually made it to your website. It's a way higher quality signal for the algorithm. And this is where the fun really begins. You get to test all sorts of things at this stage to figure out what your audience responds to. You can run different ad sets to see if people prefer going to your website or starting a WhatsApp chat. You can test out different interest-based audiences, or even test running ads only on Facebook versus only on Instagram to see where your people hang out. So, we built awareness, we've driven consideration, and now it is time for stage 3, conversion. This is the bottom of the funnel, the BOFU, where we finally ask for the sale. But wait, before you even dream of running a conversion campaign, this is an absolute non-negotiable. Your metapixel has to be installed correctly on your website, and it has to be tracking events. If it's not, you're basically flying blind, and Meta's algorithm has zero data to help you find actual buyers. So, this is where all that earlier work really pays off. We are no longer targeting a huge cold audience. Nope. Now we get to use the data we've gathered. We can target custom audiences made up of people who already visited our website from those MOFU campaigns. We can even create lookalike audiences to find brand new people who are just like our best website visitors. The targeting here gets way sharper. So when you put all three of these stages together, you stop taking random shots in the dark. Instead, you've built a smart, cohesive system. So what does this actually look like over time, and what are the real-world results? Here's a really simple timeline you can follow. In week 1, go ahead and launch your top-of-funnel awareness campaigns. Just let them run and gather data.
About a week later, you can start your middle of funnel consideration campaigns. And then, once you've had a few weeks to build up that website traffic, you can launch your bottom of funnel conversion campaigns to an audience that's already warm and knows who you are.
So why go through all this trouble instead of just running a sales campaign from day one? The benefits are huge. First off, you're building a valuable audience of people who know your brand. That's a genuine asset for your business. Over time, this means your cost to get a customer actually goes down, while your total number of purchases goes up. It's a true long-term play for sustainable growth.
And hey, one last pro tip for you. When things are going well and you want to scale up, don't just double your budget overnight. That can totally shock the system and force your campaign back into the learning phase. The safe bet is to increase your budget by no more than 15 to 20% at a time. That keeps performance stable and happy.
By moving away from these one-off campaigns and really embracing a full funnel strategy, you're not just buying ads anymore. You're building a predictable engine for growth. So the only question left is, how are you going to structure your next campaign?